What is the Secure Act 2.0? So let's get into this. So the Secure Act 2.0 was recently approved, implemented, whatever word you want to call it. So what is the Secure Act 2.0? Secure 2.0 comprehensive legislation intended to expand and increase retirement savings, especially for low income and part-time employees, and to simplify and clarify many complex and confusing existing retirement plan rules, builds on the Secure Act of 2019. So probably more important is, why should I care, right? How does this affect me? And why do I even care about this piece of legislation? And so briefly, a few things, there are multiple things. And I'm just going to talk briefly about a couple, which are RMDs. And so required minimum distributions. And so what they did is they pushed the age back to a later age for when a person is required to take minimum distribution. So briefly, any tax deferred account, 401k, traditional IRA being the most common, then that money has yet to be taxed. And so at some point, the government wants to take a piece of that money. And so they have what are called required minimum distributions. And so they push the age back for that, depending on when a person is born. So there's this little chart here. So this is kitsis.com and just one source. There are many others, but I really like that this really extensive, comprehensive article here going about all the details. And so there's this nice little chart that basically if I was born between 1951 and 1959, then now my RMD age is 73. And if I was born after 1960, my RMD age is now 75. And so on the surface, this seems like this is a great thing, right? I can put off paying the tax longer, or put off the required minimum distributions longer. If I don't need the money, then I can continue to let it stay in my IRA and let it grow. And so on the surface, this sounds like a good thing. And in general, it probably is. Just if my account, or when my account continues to grow, I potentially end up paying more in tax. So I'm not required to take out the distributions. So now let's say I had $100,000 and I had to take out 5,000. So then that leaves me with 95. Well, let's say the required minimum distribution age is later. So now I still have 100 and it can grow. Let's say it grows to 110. Well, now I actually have more tax to pay because I'm paying tax on 110. So it's not a cut and dry, oh, this is a great thing. It's nice to have the flexibility. That's really what I would say about it. It's nice to have the flexibility because the variable here is tax rates. And so I continue to delay. Well, what if tax rates go up? So now I have a higher account balance and now tax rates have gone up. I'm potentially paying more in taxes. So there's kind of, some unknown elements to it. The other thing, that I wanted to point out are some Roth IRA changes. So previous, when a person had a Roth 401k, and with their provider, there were required minimum distributions for that. So part of the beauty of a Roth IRA is that there are not those required minimum distributions. Previously, when a person had a Roth 401k, there were RMDs. And so this 2.0 Secure Act version is eliminating that. And then the other thing that I found interesting is the development of a Roth simplified employee pension and a Roth simple IRA. So those could be some potentially great things, depending on the person's goals and financial situations. There are advantages and limitations to both strategies. And what I mean by both strategies, strategy one, pay the tax now, have it be tax-free forever. Strategy two, take advantage of the tax savings now, such as 401k or IRA. So take advantage of the tax savings now, allow it to grow, pay the tax later. Potentially I'm in a lower tax bracket later, so then that helps. And so all of this, in my opinion, really reinforces the importance of competent and comprehensive tax and estate and financial planning. So both a tax professional who knows what they're doing and a financial professional who knows what they're doing working together with the individual and modeling out the different scenarios. What does it look like if I don't take money out? So what does it look like when I continue to defer and the account continues to grow? Does that actually improve my situation? What does it look like for doing a strategic rollout and possibly converting to a Roth IRA? What does it look like for taking some charitable strategies? So there are multiple charitable strategies that can be done with qualified money and with brokerage money. And those charitable tax strategies can allow for a tax deduction that can offset income from IRA distribution. So that can allow for those IRAs to be rolled over into a Roth IRA and eventually become tax-free. So to me, all of this just further reinforces the importance of comprehensive and competent tax and financial professionals working with an individual and developing a plan, modeling out the advantages and limitations of each strategy. So if any of this, if it's interest of you and applies to you, click in the link below to schedule a complimentary session. I'll see how I can help.